Hey y'all, good morning. We are back with part 2 of Birria tacos. So let me give you a tip before we start. For me, the tip to making such a complex recipe is the preparation. Making sure that you have everything laid out, measured out. Like you'll see, I have all of my spices on this plate already measured out. I have my tomatoes already cut, chopped. I have my onions in a bowl already. Everything that I need is right here in my space. That is the key for me to not be getting overwhelmed or flustered, because with cooking you have to allow for the possible mishaps. You have to. So for me, being prepared is the most important the most important part, especially when you have a recipe that is of this magnitude. This is, I would say, those are just half of the ingredients. The rest I have actually set on my other counter. This, I would say, is this is an advanced level dish. It most certainly is. It has several steps to it. They can be modified some. I researched this pretty much all week, and I took bits and pieces of what I saw in the authentic recipes, and I'm gonna make it mine. But this one is a little advanced. It most certainly is. So I'm gonna show y'all where we at right now. I showed you all of the spices. I have everything laid out, all of the ingredients. What I didn't tell you was I have a pan on the stove. We're gonna brown our goat in this pan. I have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of canola oil in this pan heating up right now. And we're gonna brown our goat shortly. And then in this pot here, it's a pot of boiling water. I also have a teapot of hot water on the back burner, and that is for the chicken broth that we need in order to put in the stew. So I'm boiling that water because I'm going to add that to a couple of tablespoons of my better than bouillon, and I'm going to make my chicken broth. But this pot of water here that I have boiling, I'm turning this off. And I'm turning that off because our recipe for the marinade says that we need 3 peppers. And what we need to do with those peppers is we need to soak them in boiling water. So that water has been boiling, and now I'm going to take the 3 peppers that the recipe told me that I needed, and I'm just putting them right in. I'm putting them right in the water, and they are to soak in that boiling water for 15 minutes before we can add it to our marinade. Okay, my teapot is boiling too. So I'm going to turn that off. And we can work with that a little bit later. It doesn't have to be right now. So what I want to do now is I want to take our goat and I want to brown it. So I want to make sure that I have a nice medium heat. I want to make sure that I have my tongs ready. And I'm just going to start adding our goat into the pan to get some color on it. It's a popping. Okay. So I got some goat in the pan. Our peppers are soaking. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to get the marinade started. We still have to wait for those peppers to finish soaking. And after they soak, we're actually going to remove the stem and remove the seeds. But I did see some tips online that said after you soak them, that if you cut the stems off, the seeds will fall right out. So we'll see, you know, how true that is once they have soaked for 15 minutes. So we'll be taking those out of the pot just before 12 o'clock. Yeah, so now we have the goat. We have it browning. And I'm just going to check it real quick. Yeah. I can actually add another piece in there. Now, what I am going to say to you, another part of my preparation that I've already done is I already have, let me see if I can, the pressure cooker. The pressure cooker is already ready to go. So as I brown the goat, I'm going to remove it from the pan and place it straight into the Instapot pressure cooker. So that once all the goat is brown and we have our marinade and everything, we'll be adding everything to the pot. And then I'll be adding the additional ingredients that are needed to actually get that that stew going. So now we can actually move on to the marinade. That's what we're going to move on to now. And again, for that marinade, we need those 3 peppers that are soaking right now. We need a, let me see. We need, let me start this way. Let me start with what we need. Blender. I am using a Ninja. I'm using the, how many cups is this? 9-cup blender attachment that came with it. And you pretty much dump all of your marinade ingredients into the blender. So, first ingredient is the chipotle peppers and adobo. I'm going to open this pan right up. And I'm just going to put them right in here. And that's it. That's one. And then I need a 1/4 cup of vinegar. I have that right here. Pour that right in. I then need a 1/2 cup of tomato. I have that right here. Put that right in. Five cloves of garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got these already prepared garlic just to make it simpler, just to try to make it easier. Now I'm going to, I smell my goat, so I'm going to check them now. They have a nice brown color on them. And so I'm turning. And I'll show you what these guys look like when I go to transfer them into the pot. But you just want to get some color on them. You just want to get a brown, nice little crusty coat on them. Brings out the flavor, you know, gives it some much needed. I'm a person that eats with my eyes, so color is very, very important. Okay, where was I at? I was finishing the marinade, right? Okay, so we now take every ingredient that I have on this plate is going into the blender. In here, I have vinegar, tomatoes, the chipotle, and the garlic in here right now. And so now I'm gonna put everything that I have on this plate, all of the seasonings, smoked paprika, thyme, oregano, cilantro, cumin. I think this is marjoram, allspice, basil. I have some cilantro lime adobo on there. And then I also have some Sazon. Okay. The only thing that's on this plate that is not going into the blender is the cloves and the cinnamon sticks. And they are not going in the blender because they are a part of the actual stew ingredients. So I am taking the cloves off of the plate right now. This is what happens when you be too organized sometimes. Way too organized. I had everything laid out. Girl, I was ready, honey. Between last night and this morning, honey, the prep for this dish, which I over focused on it all week. But all of my seasonings are going right into the blender. Right in there. And again, I had pre-measured everything out. Everything was measured to be, I'm just making sure I get everything, about 3/4 of a tablespoon. So not quite a tablespoon for all of those ingredients that I showed you guys. But everything goes right into the blender. Right in there. Alright, so the only thing missing out of here now is the peppers that are soaking for the 15 minutes. That's all that we're missing out of there. So I'm going to take the blender and I'm going to put it on top of the base. And we're just waiting for the peppers to finish soaking, and then we're going to de-stem them and remove all of the seeds as well. So, okay. Now, I'm smelling my goat again. Has nice color on it. Very, very, very nice color. Let's see if I can see that? Very nice color on it, on both sides. So now, I'm going to take this batch of the goat and I'm going to put it in our... I'm going to take this batch of the goat and I'm going to put it in our Instapot. And we just going to let it chill out. And I'm going to let it chill. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so got a little bit of water in my pot. So I'm going to just take it right from the pan, put it right in the Instapot. See? Nothing to it. And I'm going to do this until we actually have browned all of our goats that we have. And I'm going to put it back in the base. It's not on right now. It's just chilling. Add more goat to the pan. I have to excuse me for a minute. I need to text Shay, my lovely esthetician. She was calling while we was recording. Okay, so, but I want to say something really quickly. Okay. The reason why I like to bring you guys in the kitchen with me and not have a controlled environment, because it's unrealistic to have a controlled environment. Some of us have children. Some of us have jobs. We have businesses. So when cooking, it's a very, very big possibility that you're going to have to take a phone call, or you're going to have to respond to a text message, or respond to an email, or help your child with something. Again, for me, like I said to you guys earlier, being as organized as possible is the key, because you want to allot for those things that happen that you may have to adjust. It's just life. I promise you, it's just life, and you want to try to put yourself in a space where you don't become, frantic or overwhelmed. You just move around it. That's what works best for me anyway. So I got a little bit more room in the pot now. Add another 2 pieces, but make sure your meat has room. It makes a difference with the actual browning, the color that it actually can achieve. You don't want to have your pot too crowded with meat. You want every piece needs to have a nice amount of space before the next piece. So now what we can do, since we have about 5 minutes for the peppers. So what I'll do now is I will make the chicken broth that we're going to need to put into the Instapot for the stewing portion. So, sorry about that. I hit the camera, didn't I? Yep. Alright, so we're going to take our Better Than Bouillon. This is a new jar. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take these some nice heaping teaspoons. I'm going to take three, because I don't want to skim on the flavor at all when it comes to this stew. I do not. So I'm going to take my teapot and I'm going to pour the water right in here, and I'm going to fill it up to the 4-cup mark. Now, very important tip. This is a Pyrex measuring cup. It can handle a very high degree of heat. One more time. Pyrex glass measuring cup can handle a very, very, very high level of heat. It's very important that you don't go pouring boiling water into a container that is not equipped to handle that type of heat. This one is. So if you are looking to pour boiling water into a measuring cup, I do advise that you acquire a Pyrex. So I'm just stirring to melt the better than bouillon down. That's all I'm doing. And it's pretty much done. I can just go ahead and let that sit to the side. And when we actually go into adding everything to the Instapot for the stewing portion, I will add another 4 cups of water. But it's okay because to add just the water, because I made this so concentrated so that, you know, no flavor will be missing at all. All right, so we're going to flip the goat now. And after I flip it, we're going to get into the peppers. Because they are ready. They've been soaking for 15 minutes. Alright, so let's get into the peppers. There was a lot of advisement online about using gloves and making sure to keep your hands away from your face once you start handling the peppers. I am a little skeptical about the peppers being so easy to remove the stem and the seeds. So I got out my trusty kitchen scissors just in case. It doesn't go as easy as what I was able to read in my research. So I'm gonna take my tongs and go right in the pot. Pull them up by the stem. That one fell off. Some of the seeds are actually already in the pot. So maybe what they said online is true. I'm rinsing my tongs off now just because I don't know how much heat those peppers actually have in them. And I don't want to touch our goat with something that hot because it could make the dish, for me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm a punk when it comes to spicy food. I don't fool with it. So me using these peppers is for the flavor profiles that is needed. I use the minimum that it says that you can use, which is 3. It says that you can use more if you would like more heat. You can also use a variety of peppers that have higher heat. Not me. No ma'am. I researched the peppers to see what was the most mild, and the guajillo, that's what I saw was the most, that's how we ended up with these. I didn't get any of the other peppers that were recommended for heat. I did not. I like to enjoy my food, and food being spicy, I don't enjoy it that way. I do not. Alright, so I'm removing the seeds. And it is fairly simple. I will admit it is. I'm just removing them with my hand. I did cut them open. I did cut it open. Kind of like almost butterflied it with my scissors. I did. And then now I'm just removing the seeds. And then I will be taking the pepper and throwing it right in our the blender. Okay. boat is over there popping, honey. I just want to get this done first. Okay. Let's see, a couple more in here. Okay, I think I got it. In the blender. One more to go. Okay, we're done with that. Let me take these gloves off. And let me get the Instapot insert. What we got left, just throw it on in. Okay. Time for a little bit of cleanup. Alright, so now it is time for us to blend. Alright. Ooh, that type of water hot. It just smells hot. Okay, so now, let me turn y'all around. Now I am blending. I'm going to blend a marinade. I'm about to lose the camera. I am most definitely about to lose the camera. So now I'm going to put tap on the blender, lock it down, and I am going to hit puree. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna put y'all back. We have now pureed all the ingredients for the marinade. And we now check and see what the consistency is. Pretty chunky, which is okay. It's fine. Let me let you guys see. See that? It smells, oh my goodness, the smell. It smells delicious. Not a problem, right? It's chunky. It's a marinade. It's going to go right on top of our goat. No harm, no foul. We're adding additional ingredients to the stew to include the chicken broth. So we really just need this for the intenseness of the flavor, which the meat is actually going to just soak it all in. That's what we need this for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn our goat. This is the last couple of pieces that we have to get brown. All right. And then now I'm going to take we're done with this part. Unplug the blender. I'm going to take the Instapot that has the goat that we already browned in it. And I am going to now take our marinade and add it right to the pot. And I'm getting every little nook and cranny that I can get. So I just got that off of the top. And then I'm now going to take out the blade. And get this too. I'm pouring it right in. The smell is amazing. Like crazy. It smells so good. Okay. We should be good over there. Let's check the goat out. See if you can put it in the pot. Yep. Let's go ahead and take the last little bit that we have out and add it right here. Now, what I'm going to do, let our goat chill for a second. I'm coming right to this pot. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit because we got some smoking going on from all of the tidbits from the goat and everything from the browning. And I'm going to add a onion and a half to our pot to get it browned up. And after we brown this onion, we're going to add it right to this pot. We're at the step of the recipe where now everything is going into the Instapot. Everything is going in here now. So, just a recap. We browning some onions and we're browning them in the same pan that we browned our goat in. All those nice, all the nice flavor from browning the goat in this pan is going to be re-infused, repurposed right into our onions. So we'll just let them go for a few minutes. And then now we can proceed with adding the rest of our ingredients to the Instapot. So we now can add our cinnamon sticks. I got 2 cinnamon sticks. I have a tablespoon of cloves. They're going to go right in here. I'm going to add ginger. I'm going to add about, that was about 3 to 4 inches of ginger paste. I also need more garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces of garlic. Tomato paste, 2 6-ounce jars. They're going right in here too. Okay. You can take these tongs out. Give everything a light little toss. Lightly. And this is what it looks like right now. It may not look like a whole lot, but the smell is amazing. Alright, give our onions a quick little stir. They're pretty much ready. I'm going to give them another 2 to 3 minutes. While we're doing that, I'm going to take our chicken broth and I'm going to pour it right in. Now, I need to check my water level to see if the meat is completely covered. We are almost covered. I want to add another 2 cups of water. I want to add another 2 cups. So that our meat is completely submerged. So I'm going to take, you see I still have some better than bouillon remnants in my measuring cup. So I'm just going to go back, grab the teapot again, put another 2 cups in. Yep. I'm going to stir this up a little bit to try to get all of that from off of the bottom of the cup. Going out, doing the same thing. All right, now we're good. Now our meat is completely covered. I'm just going to give it a quick little stir. Again, I can't tell, the smell is divine. Divine. All right. Now, I'm going to turn our onions off, and I'm adding them right to the Instapot. They go right in here. Okay. Baby, this 2-day recipe is almost done. I'm so happy. I don't know if I'm happier to be almost done with it, or if I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be much more happier to eat it. But I think I'm happy that it's done. I did it. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna try to show this to y'all without making a mess. This is where we are. I can't tilt it but so much, but we have a nice stew base and we have our brown meat in here. And now I'm going over to the pressure cooker, the Instapot. And I am going to, I need a little piece that I had to put in the top. Ouch, that hurts every time I take that off of there. Ooh. I have to add this little piece to my Instapot top. But now we are ready. So I'm putting on my lid. This thing is always so tricky. This is open, that's closed. Okay. And then I have to make sure that this is in the right place. Okay. So now we're going to go to soup stew. And I'm going to go to cook time selector. And I'm going to go to well. So we are setting this on an hour on my pressure cooker. And we're going to let it go. Guess what, y'all? We just made Birria stew that we're going to put on some tacos. That was a heck of an accomplishment. I got to tell y'all. This has been 2 days of cooking. Okay? I'm so happy. I'm going to be really happy to eat this in a few. Really happy. All right, y'all. So we're going to let that go for an hour. And I'll be back. I'll see y'all in an hour. Hey, y'all. We are back. And our Birria stew is done. I am going to pull the pressure cooker pot out of the base, and I'm going to show you guys what we have. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, this is our Birria goat stew that we are going to now take and make our tacos, honey. So, as you can see, the meat is falling completely off. Any bones that are in here, completely, oh my goodness. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But what I will say is that we don't have as much of a liquid as I would like to have a dippable consommé. So let me show you guys what I'm doing. I have the teapot over there boiling some water because I had a feeling that would happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some more chicken broth, and I'm going to put it right in here so that it can give us more of a, you know, a liquid consommé that we'll be able to dip the tacos into. Yep, that's what I'm doing. So, I'm giving this a stir. I'm looking at it. I'm very pleased. I mean, very, very pleased. So now, I'm just waiting for the water to come to a boil. And I'll be back as soon as that happens so that we can, like I was telling you guys earlier, so that we can adjust. I'll be back. All right, y'all, we are back and we're gonna get right into it. I'm taking our water from the teapot. And I'm gonna pour it right into the Pyrex. 4 cups. Then I'm going to take 2 really oversized tablespoons, and I'm going to stir it right in the water. I'm stirring, and you know what? At this time, I'm going to turn our griddle on, because as soon as I add this chicken broth to our stew, it's going to loosen up after I give it some stirring, and then we'll be ready to lay our tacos down on the griddle. Okay, now I'm going to pour this in about maybe a cup at a time, just to be able to control the level that we are going to produce. Okay, that's a cup. And I'm just going to stir. It might be a little hard for me to stir and show you guys at the same time, but I will try. I may just have to show you how to do it. Okay, this is what it looks like with me adding 1 cup. It's getting looser, which is good. I'm gonna add another one. That's another cup. Ooh, I think that might have did it, y'all. Let me see. I might need a little bit more. Might need a little bit more. This is where we are now. Still kind of similar to when I added the cup, but just a little bit looser. Let me add another one. See what this will do. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and add it all. It really can't hurt. And that way, you know, we will have a good amount of consomme. Yep. That's good. This is good. Okay. It is completely loose now. All right. So, from here, we are going to take our corn tortilla. And we are going to, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move our pot over here close to the workspace that I'm going to be using, which is the stove. See if I can turn this so you guys can see. All right, so we have our griddle going. I have corn tortillas, and I am going to, let me see what's the best way for me to do this. I'm going to spray down the griddle. Let me get a plate, because I think the first thing what I want to do is shred some of the meat up. That's the first thing I'm going to do. All right, so that's our goat, and I want to, let's see, I need to pull some of it away from the bone so that we can lay it onto the tacos. Okay. So I'm just removing the bones as much as I can. Okay, not a lot of bones here. Okay, some gristle. Another piece of bone. Okay, that's a good amount of meat for, let's try to find just a little bit more. I'm sorry, I don't think you guys can see. I'm sorry guys, I did not realize that I was not within the camera shot. So I'm just breaking up the meat away from any bone so that we can lay it right into the tacos. Okay, I'm good. I have a good amount of the goat to lay onto the tacos. All right, so now I'm going to take canola oil and I'm going to spray the griddle down like that. Then I'm going to take corn tortillas and I am going to dip them right in our pot like so. Lay it right on the griddle just like that. Then I'm going to take, I have a 3-cheese Mexican blend, and I'm going to lay that right on. Lay it right on in. Lay it on down. See that? From there, I'm going to take our goat and lay that down. Right in the middle, just like that. We just gonna let our cheese melt a little bit more. And I will, sorry guys, I'm trying to take you guys with me. This is what we have. We have our Birria tacos on a yellow corn tortilla. Our cheese is melting. And we are 98% done. We're just waiting for this cheese to melt a little bit more. That one is pretty much done. But yeah, there you have it. 2-day Birria tacos. That is what it is. I'm gonna mount the camera back up, and then I will finish them off. I'll come right back, pull them off the fire, and finish them off. Okay, so here we have our Birria tacos on the plate. And now I'm going to top them with fresh cilantro. And I'm going to give them a squeeze of lime. All right. There you have it. Let's see if I can get these positioned a little bit better. I think this gonna be it. Okay. But there you have it. Birria tacos. 2-day Birria tacos. Let me be clear. All right, y'all. I am about to partake in this meal, and I will see y'all later.